So let's get nice and comfortable for this video because we're gonna have some deep introspective conversations, even though it's just me talking to you, but you could, talk back or thought journal or whatever. But I'm gonna start off with a question, which is, who are you? So ask yourself, who am I? Okay, and I would highly recommend actually for you to, after this video is over, sit down for an hour and think of that question, who am I? And have like a blank piece of paper out and just write. And, or if you don't want to write, just think. And 90% of you probably won't do that, or maybe it's even more, but for those of you that do, it could change the trajectory of your life. And I know that's a very big thing, but the reason why I'm asking this question, okay, save the life, police or ambulance or whatever. The reason why I'm asking you this question is because I believe that self-education is the best and the most important type of education, and this is not taught in schools. Your parents haven't probably taught you about it because they probably don't even know what it is. So what I've learned so far with self-education is basically it's learning about you. Who are you? Who am I, right? What do I like? What do you like? What do you dislike? What do you enjoy doing? What are things that you are naturally good at? Some people are naturally really good at sports. They're so athletic. Some people are naturally really highly intelligent, as in, with books and with school, right? Some people are naturally really good at speaking and talking to other people, conveying their message. Some people are naturally, good at art, right? What are you good at? Also, if you think, oh, I'm not good at anything, what do you enjoy doing? What brings you a lot of joy? Do you like cooking? Do you like cleaning? Do you like whatever? What do you enjoy doing? So with the whole school system, with the education system, it was never created for thinkers. And, why am I saying this? Well, because think about it, right? When you were younger, what did you want to do? Chances are you probably wanted to do something really big, change the world, or I don't know, become an astronaut. That's what I wanted to do, or some really big goal. And then over time, that kind of big goal, this big thing that you wanted to do when you were little, it kind of diminishes over time. And I remember that specifically for me, I was I really want to be an astronaut. I remember in my 6th grade presentation of what do you want to do when you're older? I was I'm going to be the first woman to step foot on Mars. And even though I didn't know much about space at the time, and I'm still obviously I know some things, but I'm still learning, but space genuinely really intrigues me, and it's something that I still want to do. I always state this, and I'm when I'm really, really old, you can just ship me off to space, and I don't mind. I don't mind going. I don't mind going. So if you need someone to just ship off to, I'm here. But genuinely, I've always had this inkling for, discovering the unknown. I remember saying that. It was kind of cringe, but yeah, that's what I wanted to do. And then over time, I started to forget about it. And it was my true passion at that time. I loved it. And then I started to slowly forget about it because other things came into play. I was worried about my grades. I was worried about this. I was worried about getting into school, college, all this life stuff that kind of compresses your true desires, your inner passions. And I know that we live in a capitalistic world. So I'm not saying that you have to sit and just think all day and just work on your desires and, just do whatever you want to. You got to make money at the end of the day. So basically what I'm going back to is you can monetize your passions. People are doing that all the time. Right now, I'm doing that. I love speaking, and I realize I'm a big talker, and it's kind of weird to say this, but I literally speak to myself all the time, and it's not even crazy, I don't think, but I just love talking. And so I decided, well, you know what, if I love talking and I think I have some wisdom to share, I love reading, so I do have wisdom in terms of the books that I read, so I'm just going to share that on the internet. You can monetize off of your passions like I do, create videos if you like to sing, post videos of that. If you like to play the guitar, if you like to play sports, create courses, like there's so many things that you can do, right now in this day and age, that your parents weren't able to do, that even maybe your aunt or uncle weren't able to do, but now, right now, there's so many things you can do. But that's besides the point. All I'm trying to say is the school system, honestly, it made you like forget or even repel your desires or your passions. Like if you wanted to be a writer really, really badly, like think about like the classes you were meant to take. Like I remember I love reading till this day, and I'm so grateful that, you know, the English classes that I took never diminished my passion and love for reading. I absolutely disliked the English classes that I had to take, and for me, the reason why I love reading is not because of grammar or not because of trying to understand what the plot is. All that critical stuff doesn't, I don't like it. And I never did. It never intrigued me. I didn't care about the main idea. I didn't care about what point of view I was reading in, right? All I cared about was, what is this author trying to tell me? What am I going to get out of it? What insights am I going to get out of this book? How compelling is the, you know, like those kind of things, like the main character, like not main character, the big picture was what I loved, right? What message I could get out of the book was what I loved. So in English classes, I dreaded doing the readings. I disliked it so much. But, you know, now I literally read like almost a book a week, right? I love reading, I always have. But in school, like I felt that like repulsion towards reading for a bit, and I stopped. And I've noticed this happening to a lot of individuals, maybe even to you, right? And it's because it's different from how you, like, it's different from the real world if you honestly think about it, right? Like in school, you're being trained, you're learning a lot of skills that a lot of people don't even apply in the real world, right? So all I'm trying to say is, and I'm not saying school sucks, and I'm not saying school sucks, drop out of school, all that, okay? Don't interpret my message like that. If you are a student, stay in school. But remember to ask yourself these questions, these big, overarching questions that you have never asked yourself, like, who are you? Forget what your parents tell you, forget what your friends, whatever, like, this is why you need to sit in silence, because you have to block out all of this noise that has been in your head for so many years, and think deep down, listen to that inner voice, which will come out if you sit in silence for a really long time. It's been suppressed because of the noise, because of everyone else around you, but when you block that out and you sit and think, then you'll realize like what it is that you truly love doing. And once you figure that out, think about how amazing your life can be if you actually do what you love to do. Like every day you wake up and you do what you're passionate about, isn't that the dream life? Like I truly believe like that is the dream life. If you're passionate about football and you are able to coach people, you are able to create courses online, you are able to just do everything football, you would love that day, right? Wouldn't you not? You know what I mean? And so that's why I think asking yourself this question is going to really start this up. And that's why I think asking yourself this question is really going to start this self-education journey. And it's a lifelong journey. You're a lifelong student once you start this, because no single day is going to be the same. I hope that your life will never be like this, because that to me is the most sad life ever, right? You start here and you end up here. No. Okay? This is a good life, because that means that you've been up, but you've also had your downs, but then you've had your ups, and then hopefully like it's more so like this than it is like this, because that's crazy, but it could be like that too, who knows. But I do hope that you do have your ups and downs, but you like overall, like your line is, you know, exponentially going up, you know, even though you have the little ups and downs, like the divots and stuff. But yeah, so that's why I value like this question so much, because it really gets you thinking into who you are. And I feel like I've had so many times in my life where I've had these like isolation phases where I literally just sit and think and ask myself these questions unintentionally, but now I realize like there is so much depth in this, and it's really important for you to explore this depth explore this side, this very deep side of you where you let yourself think about what you truly want to do without any perceptions or anything altering your choice, you know, of who you are, without letting anyone force their ideas into you. And the really crazy thing is, like, the amount of growth that you will go through in your life, every year you're going to look back and you're going to think to yourself, wow, I really didn't know anything. But you might think you know everything now, but you can't be too arrogant. And that kind of has nothing to do with the video that I have, but I think this is like a overall talk session. But yeah, I love like really thinking. I love thinking like deeply. And my mom often would tell me, like, she'd be like, Tosh, don't think too deeply, you know, like, you take things too seriously. And I'm like, but I love it. I genuinely love thinking about why this person is acting this way. Like, why do these people think this way? Like, what kind of traumas do these people hold? Not like analyzing everyone like that, but I just love thinking about why people behave the way they do. But I really love thinking about, like, why people behave the way they do. I really like psychology, I guess. But yeah, but self-education is truly the best education, and I am a lifelong learner of that. It's learning about yourself. It's learning about you and how you can build that dream life. Isn't that like what a lot of us want in our life? We want to be successful. We want to make ton of money. We want to travel the world. We want to hopefully have a family, find our dream partner, all that stuff, right? And I think it truly starts from self-education, which also is self-development in a way. But there are a little bit of differences, you know, self-development and self-education. They kind of go hand in hand, but they're not like the same thing in my opinion. Or are they? Actually, they could be. I don't know. But yeah. So overall, ask yourself this question. Who am I? I got a low battery thing, but ask yourself this question. Who am I? And sit in silence for an hour. I did this, and there were a lot of things that I uncovered that I never knew I actually wanted in my life. So I know it's going to be difficult, but sit in silence, ask yourself this question, and that's going to be the start of your self-education. So yeah, this was really fun. I can't wait to do this with you again in the near future. Let me know how you felt about this. This is like a different type of video where it's just, I'm literally just talking about random stuff, but this stuff I love so much, and I can just share it with you, and we can continue to uncover whatever it is that we need to uncover about ourselves. And at the end of the day, you live life for yourself. I hope you make choices for yourself. And that's where self-education comes into place, because when you know who you are, right, you don't let these external things dictate your life anymore. It's like awakening your conscious. It's very spiritual, I know. But anyways, all in all, just start with this question, like, who am I? Even if you don't want to sit for an hour, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, have a piece of paper. Who are you? What do you want? What are your goals? What are your dreams? What are your aspirations? Who are you? Don't think about what your parents tell you. Don't think about what, like, whoever tells you. Don't even think about, like, what your personality is, right? Like, just think, like, who are you? I know that's very broad. Here, let me try to specify this. What things do you like to do? What things do you enjoy to do? What things are you good at? What things bring you so much joy? Do you like helping others? Do you like serving others? Do you like, you know, like, what do you like and what do you dislike? What do you aspire out of your life? Like, what are your, like, big overarching life goals? Like, do you want to be a multimillionaire? Do you want to be financially free? Do you want to be a mom? Do you want to be a dad? Do you want to be, I don't know, whatever it is, right? It could be anything. anything at all. Like, do you want to be an astronaut? Hey, join me and let's go to space together. I don't know, but what it is that you want, ask yourself this, and it's gonna be great. Trust me, you're gonna feel good afterwards. You're gonna have a lot more clarity about your life, and it's important to have clarity, okay? Why would you go into life blind? You know, like the 3 blind mice. Don't be a blind mouse that follows another blind mouse, because where are you heading? Nowhere. Okay, so yeah, I don't know if that had to do with anything, but I hope this video at least had you questioning a little bit of like, who am I really? Whoa, who am I? You know, escape the matrix, guys. Bye. Love you.